Dear students, hope you enjoyed a small video on Millikan's oil drop method to determine charge of an electron. As of now, we understood that an atom is made up of electrons and protons from discharge tube experiments. In today's session, we are going to understand on the models of an atom. Firstly, let us understand what is a model in science. It is a representation of an idea or of an object or of a process or of a system that is used to describe and explain phenomena that cannot be experienced directly. For example, I want to explain aeroplane model to the students of 6th class. It is very difficult to take 6th class boys to the airport. Therefore, or rather, I can't show the aeroplane. So the best way is to make a model of an aeroplane so that I can explain the parts of aeroplane. So this is called a model. One more example is model of solar system. How planets take around the sun. What is the role of a sun? What type of radiation comes from the sun? So all these I can explain by making a model about the solar system so that boys can understand easily. So these are known as what? Models in science. In the same way, let me go into the atoms to know the arrangement of the two particles, electrons and proton. Models of an atom. It is important to realize that a lot of what we know about the structure of atoms has been developed over a long period of time. This is often how scientific knowledge develops, with one person building on the ideas of someone else. We are going to look at how our modern understanding of the atom has evolved over time. It is nothing but evolution of ideas of atoms. How we studied in the biology evolution of man. That is a big chapter here about the atom, how it has taken the changes. So that we learn in the structure of atom under the topic models of an atom. Totally, we have four models. Well, many teams were busy in understanding the arrangement of these two particles, but we will discuss only those models which were popular and proved. Totally, we have four models. First one is Thomson model of atom, Rutherford's nuclear model of atom, Bohr's model of atom, quantum mechanical model of atom. And you can see the contributors who has contributed. J.J. Thomson, Ernest Rutherford from New Zealand, Denmark scientist Niels Bohr. And for the quantum mechanical model, many scientists contributed, namely de Broglie, Schrodinger. So there are the team of scientists who has contributed for the development of modern structure of atom, that is popularly known as quantum mechanical model. But among them, everywhere we use one constant that is known as the Planck's constant, that is symbolically H. Therefore, I have taken his photograph. So he is Max Planck from Germany, who has contributed about the quantum mechanical model, and we use his factor in most of our calculations. That's why his photo on the quantum mechanical model of atom. Let us study one by one. First, Thomson model of atom. The electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson, from the discharge tube experiment. The existence of protons was also known, as was the fact that atoms were neutral in charge. Because atoms are electrical neutral, so people thought because electron is there, there has to be proton. This I explained in my previous discussion. Since the intact atom had no net charge and the electron and proton had opposite charges, the next step after the discovery of subatomic particles was to figure out how these particles were arranged. This is known as arrangement of particles in an atom. I know this is a very difficult task because atoms are very small in size, but still men are curious. Men see, you remember one caption, adventure starts when journey ends. In the same way, though it is a difficult task, but we will not leave it. So we will go, we will find out, we will explore. That is known as what? Quest for knowledge, what we discussed in the previous classes. So let us see. Therefore, scientists set out to design a model. I explained what is a model already, of what they believed the atom could look like. The goal of each atomic model was to accurately represent all of the experimental evidence about atoms in the simplest way possible. See, this is very important. Simplest way possible, you will understand models of an atom. We can compare J.J. Thomson's model with the plum pudding model, very famous in the Western countries. See, here it is. Plum pudding is an English dessert similar to blueberry muffin. In Thomson's plum pudding model of the atom, the electrons were embedded in a uniform sphere of positive charge, like blueberries stuck into a muffin. The positive matter was thought to be jelly-like or a thick soup. The electrons were somewhat mobile. This we studied in 9th class. See, the figure is here. This is the plum pudding model given by J.J. Thomson. This red part or this maroon part is positive part, proton part, uniformly distributed all over the sphere. And these are negative part of the plum pudding model given by the J.J. Thomson. But we can compare this one with our everyday experience. We eat watermelon usually in the summer season. So when we cut watermelon into two halves, you see the cross section of one of the halves of watermelon. So this is a red part. Here you can compare plum pudding and watermelon, Western system, foreign system, Indian system. Okay, and these negative parts are black seeds of watermelon. So this is the atomic model given by J. Thomson. The best thing of this model was he explained atoms neutrality. Number of electrons equal to number of protons. Therefore, atom is electrically neutral. That property explained. But let us see what happens afterwards. As they got closer to the outer portion of the atom, the positive charge in the region was greater than the neighboring negative charges, and the electron would be pulled back more toward the center region of the atom. That means what he explained, by chance if you imagine that electron is very close to a sphere at the edge, so because of the more mass, so that positive part will pull the electron towards so that as much as possible electrons are confined to the central region of the watermelon, and other area is the reddish area, positive area, other is proton area. However, this model of the atom soon gave way to a new model developed by New Zealander Ernest Rutherford about 5 years later. J. Thomson gave a wonderful idea, but still it could not explain all the properties. We want such a model where it can explain most of the properties. Therefore, people were in anticipation of one more model better than J.J. Thomson, so that it can explain most of the properties of an atom so that we can understand what is matter and what are its properties. Thomson did, though his model was discarded, but still for his wonderful contribution, he has contributed two things. Both are very important. Point number one, or discovery number one, atom is divisible. Second is discovered electron. For these two, he deserves to. He was awarded best award of the all awards, Nobel Prize in year 1906. Also, some other awards are there, so they are normal, but this is the Nobel Prize was given due to EYM and the discovery of electron. Salutes to J.J. Thomson. I told already that though we enjoy certain models, but still they suffer from some limitations, merits and demerits. So after understanding the merits of J. Thomson model, now we'll understand it suffers from one or two drawbacks. So if these two drawbacks are removed or rectified, I think we'll go for the better model. Ultimately, our goal is to go for the better one. Limitation number one, no mention about the nucleus. This is the most important. In the J.J. Thomson's model, he did not speak about the nucleus. He told about the positive part of the watermelon or the positive part of the atom, proton part of the atom, which is uniformly distributed like a ball. But about nucleus, he has not explained properly. So this was explained by Rutherford in our next discussion. So this is one of the limitations. Second limitation is no explanation about the stability of atom. That means what? Electrons were considered static in his model, which is not true. If you see the watermelon model, black seeds are electrons, which are static. So if electrons become static, then how to explain the stability? How to explain the property? Today we are living in the era of electronics. All the properties or most of the properties explained on electrons, whether it is a color property, electrical property, magnetic property. So all the properties are explained on the basis of how electrons are arranged. So in my previous discussion, one caption I told, if proton is the identity of an atom, electron is its personality. So personality can be judged on the nature of an electron, how it is arranged in the atom. So therefore, he has not explained about the electron, how they go, where they go, what is the property. So that means stability of an atom is not explained properly by J.J. Thomson's model. Therefore, this model was discarded. Let us wait for one more model, one more better model, so that we'll understand structure of atom or the model of an atom. So in our next discussion, we'll go for the second model, that is model given by Ernest Rutherford. This is a small repetition of 9th class. Thank you, students.